Mansfield Cable Access presents Mansfield High School Basketball. Tonight from the Albertini Gym in Mansfield, the Hornet girls take to the court for the first time with a new coach in 23 years as they take on the King Philip Warriors. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Farinella bringing you the play-by-play tonight. I am here with the longtime former head coach, of the Zavarian Brothers Hawks, Alex Salaki. And Alex, we're going to see a little bit of a difference in styles tonight. The Hornets are a veteran team who suffered last year but got better as the season went along. King Philip lost all of their scores, but there will be a lot of returning players. New faces on both teams, not as many on the Hornets as there are on the King Philip Warriors, but as you and I saw last year a lot from King Philip, the style of play where they get a lot of people involved is probably what will sustain them tonight. Not on. Alex, I think we're having a little bit of trouble with your microphone right now, but in the meantime, I'll give everybody the starting lineups for tonight. For Hornets, the Hornets, Abby Wager, number 2, Ashley Santos, number 12, Kayla Vine, number 23, Brooke Barabee, number 33, and Sarah Dooling, number 35, and that's a veteran unit. For the King Philip Warriors, Julia Marsden, number 4, Courtney Keswick, number 11, Grace Clyde, number 22, Caroline Aaron, number 24, and Emma Glazer, number 35. And those two are the most experienced of the Warriors. And King Philip, of course, does have the possession right off the bat. And Courtney Keswick nails a 3 to start off, and that's what we saw her do last year in the opener against Sharon, in which she hit 7 3-pointers. So King Philip has an early lead. King Philip will get the ball back in on the attempted steal. I think that was a travel. So KP has the ball again. Underneath, number 22, Grace Clyde is fouled. Foul is on number 23 of Mansfield. That's Kayla Vine. That is her first, and Grace Clyde will go to the line for 2 shots. And as you folks can see, there are not people on the lane on the first rebounding attempt. That is a concession to COVID-19. They put 3 players on the lane for the second shot, the rebounding shot. So in any dead ball rebounding situation, there is nothing, and Grace Clyde makes 2 of them, and King Philip has an early 5-0 lead. 7:34 left to go. The Hornets, Abby Wager gets it into the corner has it stolen away, and slapped by Glazer, goes out of bounds, and the Hornets will have it back. Inbounded to Glazer. Covered by Wager as she brings it across. Marsden gives it off. Aaron had it. Now it's stolen away by Wager, and Wager loses her footing, but the Hornets maintain control. That was Santos who had it. The shot by Vine is no good, and Keswick comes away with the rebound. The shot by Marsden is no good, rebounded by Mansfield. And here comes Ashley Santos. And she puts it hard off the glass, no good, but the rebound, no good. The rebound by Brooke Barabee. Foul underneath, I believe. Or no, it's just let me see what the situation is here. All right, that's a side-out play. 5-0 King Philip. 6:36 left to go. Santos will inbound it to Wager behind the line at the 3. No good. Rebounded. Nice job by Sarah Dooling to to get the Hornets on the board for the first time this year. From outside, that's Colleen Crowther, who's getting a chance to get into King Philip. And the ball goes out of bounds. King Philip will inbound. That is number 20, Jacqueline Bonner. So KP does substitute a lot. Tonight, on the sidelines for King Philip is Nicole Nunes, the former Norton High coach and the varsity assistant, as Dan Nagel had to take the night off. Abby Wager with the rebound. And, of course, for the Hornets, Heather McPherson takes over as head coach after Mike Redding's 22-season tenure. Shot by Santos is off, and King Philip comes down with the rebound. Mala drives to the hoop and is fouled.
I see King Philip moving the ball around pretty well here, Mark, and I'm glad to be back.
Welcome back to the broadcast, Alex.
Okay.
Glad to have you.
Little dead spot there for a while. I was going to point out that I thought rebounding was going to be a key factor in this game. Would Mansfield be able to rebound with King Philip? And right now, I'd say King Philip has an edge in the rebounds early on in the ball game.
And they don't even have their tallest player in, and that is the freshman. She is a sophomore this year, Emily Sawyer. And let's see if she's making an appearance yet. Not yet.
Okay, we've got 4 KP players in and 4 out right now.
All right, so I think we've gone back to the first unit, so to speak. The King Philip style is like a hockey line change. Excuse me. I'll have to get that right when I do hockey broadcasts.
So they've made 2 changes already in the first 3 minutes of this game. Less than 3 minutes.
Yep. Mahler does not get the shot, but the rebound is by Aaron, and it misses. Goes out of bounds off a Hornet, so King Philip will maintain possession, and it'll be a side out. And that is one of the COVID-related rules. No out-of-bounds plays from behind the basket unless it's a made basket and you're just bringing the ball in to start the next possession. Catherine Spellman with the ball for King Philip. Gives it off to Keswick. Slapped away, but Aaron controls. Aaron will go in for the layup and gets it. Nice job by Caroline Aaron. And King
very
Philip,
good penetration there.
King Philip up by 7-2 at this point with 5:18 left to go in the first quarter. And the Hornets lose the possession on the sideline, and King Philip will get it out.
One thing that King Philip has shown early on in this game is after they score, they're right into a pressure setup. They can find their spots very quickly, and they attack the ball immediately and try to pressure it towards the sideline.
Catherine Spellman is doing the point effort here. Emma Glazer takes a little bit of a walk when she got the shot off, so the
little extra hop step there.
Ball goes back to Mansfield. Again, this time a side out. Hornets down 7-2 in the early going. Heather McPherson was Mike Redding's top assistant for about 10 seasons. And she is the successor. Hornets will maintain possession.
Great example of second-tier pressure there. After Mansfield broke the press, King Philip still attacked from behind and was able to tip that ball on the back tap. Even though it's still Mansfield's ball, it shows how King Philip has a couple of different phases to their pressure.
Santos will inbound. Gets it to Kayla Vine. She was the leading scorer of the Hornets last year. Looks to Santos. Outside shot now by Viking is no good. Casey Viking is in the game, but the Hornets maintain possession. Vine closely covered, and the ball is slapped away. Here comes Marsden. Tries to get it up to Glazer, but goes out of bounds. Hornet ball. As I was mentioning, Mike Redding, 22 years, 310 victories. Of course, he's now the athletic director here at Mansfield High, and he will be the football coach, folks. Don't worry, when football does start in March. And that's going to be interesting. So the Hornets are being pressed here by the Warriors.
1-2-1-1 press.
Not where you want to go is when you have it pressed like that, is to get trapped on the sideline there.
Exactly, Mark. They did a nice job getting the ball to where they wanted to trap it, but a little physicality there, and KP picked up a foul.
Hornets will maintain possession. Anna Darlington will be the person who starts the possession. And gets it to Allie Prentice. Now Olivia Salisbury got it up to Cara Santos, but it goes out of bounds. Hornets looking a little discombobulated, as they might say, so far in the early going.
True, and the King Philip pressure is really working well so far.
And there's a whistle. I think that was a carry, I believe. The thing, you might not hear the whistles that well on the broadcast because they're using those electronic ones. Obviously, the officials have to be masked, as all the players do, and the coaches, and Alex and me, and our camera person, Maureen O'Neill. Nice pass in, and the basket by Brooke Barabee gives the Hornets their 4th point of the game, but right off the bat, KP responds.
Right, nice play by Mansfield, scoring inside, but they need to get back on defense a little bit quicker.
Liv LaFawn with that basket. But a good pass again by Santos to Barabee.
Barabee uses the glass nicely when she gets the ball inside.
And that'd be an out-of-bounds play. The Hornets will have the ball on the sideline. So the Hornets now down 9-6. They look like they're getting a little bit of their sea legs out under them now.
Yeah, it's amazing how a game can change. All of a sudden, this becomes an up-and-down game.
Wager over to Vine. Gets it to Prentice, who'll bring it across. Next year, the 10-second rule, from what I understand, will be in effect in girls basketball.
You'll have to explain that one at halftime, Mark.
I will. Wager's three-pointer no good. Prentice has the rebound, no good. Wager fights for it, but the very tall and long arms of Emily Sawyer grab that rebound for King Philip. And there's a line change coming for the Warriors.
Yep, another 4 coming in.
That looked like a little bit of a walk there by... But inside to Sawyer, and that is what you want to do when you get the tall girl on the floor. 5 different players have scored for the KP Warriors in this game, who lead 11-6, and we have a timeout called by Mansfield with 3:08 left to go in the first quarter.
If you're going to maintain the full court pressure, which is what KP is trying to do, you have to have bodies that can come in and keep the same type of intensity and keep the same type of pressure on the other team. So far, that's what we're seeing with these line changes, as you call them.
One of the things I talked about with you in my award-winning podcast, at least I gave it an award, it was how the game may change a little bit with the lack of a halftime now, and we'll explain that a little bit later for those of you who didn't listen last night. The one thing I think is that when you look at King Philip and how they just keep getting players in and out of this game, that might keep fresher legs out there. Although I think that Heather McPherson's been using a little bit more of a rotation. I've noticed a few different names in the game than I had expected, so she might be calling a little bit upon the teachings of Mike Redding, who really did get a lot of players involved. Abby Wager gets it to Kayla Vine underneath. Another pass back to the foul line, and this is an outside shot by Wager, no good off the glass, and Courtney Keswick has the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds, off Glazer, and it will be Mansfield ball. Hornets doing some nice quick passing underneath.
When something's working for one team, Mark, it's always interesting to see what the other team does to try to diffuse it. And right then, Mansfield broke the press by getting the ball to the middle of the court, which is always a reliable way of breaking pressure.
The younger Santos takes the shot, no good. But Emma Glazer loses the rebound out of bounds, and the Hornets will retain possession. So with 2:46 left to go in the first quarter, King Philip up 11-6. Mansfield will have the ball. I notice Cara Santos, the younger of the Santos sisters, is getting a nice little chunk of playing time here early. Kayla Vine was double teamed, managed to almost get the ball. She's on the floor. The ball comes away to Marsden. Marsden gets it over to Aaron. Shot is blocked by Wager, and here she goes. She's got 2 players on her, and she gets fouled by Glazer on the way in. Took a little bit of a hit there on the floor, but she will rebound. She gets up.
Yep.
So
yeah, she did a nice job not going for the fake at the defensive end and then being able to block the shot and head down court and get fouled.
That's the first foul on Glazer, the second team foul for King Philip. Abby Wager, sophomore, misses the first. Last year she played in 23 games, scored 131 points for a 5.7 point per game average, had a high of 12 in a 60-41 win over North Attleboro on February 9th that you and I broadcast here from the Albertini gym. Abby Wager's second shot is good, and she's on the board now for the 2021 season. And she will come out, and Olivia Salisbury comes back in. So Heather McPherson working her rotations pretty well. Emma Glazer brings the ball up. She was the soccer goalie for KP and a very, very good one. Keswick, power dribbling. Back out to Marsden. Back to Keswick for the 3. Flat off the back of the rim. KP comes away with the rebound. That's Aaron, and a whistle, a walk on Aaron.
Keswick, you might remember from last year, Mark, had that quick release on her 3, which she showed again there,
yep.
Although it was a little bit off target.
And once again, a significant substitution pattern here.
And pressure once again.
So Nicole Nunes is definitely holding true to the to Dan Nagel's philosophy in Dan's absence tonight. Shot by Kayla Vine, off the rim, no good. Rebound by Mansfield, blocked by, that was by Santos, and the block was by Sawyer.
Yep, it was by Sawyer.
Yep, definitely. She is tall, you can see that, and she looks like she's put on a little bit of extra weight from last year. Good, solid. You can see the development of her.
She definitely looks stronger.
That could be a defining factor for King Philip going forward. And the long pass down the court, and Sarah Dooling does convert. That is her second basket of the game. Mala misses underneath, and I believe that was by that was by Liv LaFond, I believe.
Yes, you're correct, Mark.
And there's a collision. And LaFond has it. She will go in and score again.
Another nice lay and spin move, and a lay in off the glass. Very nice move.
And Vine is harassed. The ball is stolen. Mala has it. She's going to drive in. Puts up the little floater. No good. And Hornets have the rebound. Vine will go in untouched.
Once again, this game has taken on a different type of complexion. Now all of a sudden it's up and down.
A little bit of a racehorse game here with 28 seconds left to go in the first quarter. KP up 15-11. Jacqueline Bonner is pushed. And the foul is on Kayla Vine, I believe. That would be her second. It is.
We get the substitution situation here again with 21 seconds left in the half.
That'll be a side out. No shot clock, obviously. Inbound by Keswick. Gets it to Grace Clyde. Clyde looking for Keswick on the side. Keswick's going to swoop in, gets it back out to Glazer. No, off the glass. Glazer gets the long rebound. 7 seconds left. Glazer tries to get it off. Actually tried to bounce it out of bounds off of Hornet, but was not successful. So with 1.8 seconds left to go, will the Hornets try to get the long shot here? Looks like a very tight man-to-man coverage. And I think they're just going to dribble it out, which they do. So after 1 quarter of play, the King Philip Warriors, with many, many people contributing, take a 15-11 lead over the Mansfield Hornets. Alex, talk a little bit about that pressure by KP.
Well, that pressure starts out looking like a 1-2-1-1 zone, and then it evolves into man-to-man pressure. And Mansfield is having a difficult time keeping the ball off the sideline. When they get the ball off the sideline and into the middle of the court, they usually see good things happen as they push the ball down. Another thing I'd like to point out here, Mark, is that neither team is hitting the three. And so this game right now looks
outside
like
of Kesnick's first one,
Yeah, this game now looks like it could end up being a game where points in the paint and rebounding are key factors, unless one or both teams starts to get hot from beyond the arc.
Last year, the Hornets, who finished 9-14 and 8-13 for tournament qualification, which they did not make it, 6-10 in the Kelly Rex division of the Hockomock League. They scored 1,108 points for an average of 48.2. They allowed 1,243 for an average of 54. They had gotten off to a 1-6 start after massive graduation losses, but I swear that was the team that nobody would have wanted to face in the tournament. By the end of the year, Mike Redding had them going in the right direction, and they played some of their best basketball, I'd say, in the last 2 to 3 weeks of the season. So
I would agree, Mark. We did a couple of those games, and they played a really solid brand of basketball.
And as a result, when you look at the fact that the 5 players that started tonight, I think 4 of them were starters, and Abby Wager was the first kid in practically for most of the year. So as you can see, Heather McPherson does have a lot of experience to work with. KP last year finished 12-9, 10-6 in the Kelly Rex division. They were the 12th seed in Division I South, and they lost their opener to Bishop Feehan 58-46, and unfortunately, only about maybe a week after they had beaten Feehan 65-59 at KP, if I remember rightly. So a lot of people said their farewells. Faye Vayu, Roy, I'm going to remember her first name in a second, Faith Roy, and a couple of other kids have transferred out, but many of these players playing for King Philip definitely saw a lot of action last year, and those 2 kids that you just saw with the inbounds play saw the most of it. Marsden swoops in the lane, no good. Rebound is by Darlington. Darlington in a little bit of trouble, gets it up ahead to Vine, and I'm not sorry, that's not Vine. That is, well, anyway, the shot by Viking.
Mansfield showed a lot of patience there, pushing the ball up court.
And that was Dooling that passed it to her. Out of bounds, King Philip ball. Tell you, these kids want to run as soon as they get the ball, and of course, as you know, folks, Mansfield has the longest court in the Hockomock League. Next year will be the one of 2 long courts in the Hockomock League when Attleboro opens its new gymnasium and the new school over there, which is going to be a palace. Bumped underneath. Grace Clyde could not get the shot off. Darlington has it. She'll turn around, set the play up. But tipped away now by Aaron, and Aaron's going to go in and manage to get the basket off despite a little bit of harassment there.
Aaron did a nice job playing the passing lane then and anticipating that ball.
And a steal by Glazer.
And Glazer just did the same thing.
But Mansfield gets it back. I tell you, now that's a foul right there on number 24.
Reaching foul.
And that is by Caroline Aaron. So that is the 3rd team foul and the first on Aaron. But yes, they are. They're really harassing the ball tonight in a style reminiscent of a Bishop Feehan or a Foxborough, teams that definitely harass the ball all the time.
Playing the passing lane is all about anticipation and positioning, and we saw that in 2 straight sequences.
Prentice tries to get the Viking.
3 straight sequences.
Glazer stole it. Aaron to number 22, and that's Grace Clyde, and she is fouled as well.
A very unselfish give by Aaron.
It was.
She was right at the basket, but she would have been harassed a little bit more, so she gave the ball up. And here comes 4 King Philip replacements.
The foul was by Darlington. That's her first. 5 team fouls on the Hornets. And Grace Clyde will be at the line to finish off the 3-point play. Basketball escaped many of the massive rule changes that affected some of the fall sports. A few minor alterations, and we'll mention them every now and then. The shot is no good, and the rebound is by Brooke Barabee. And the Hornets will come up again, harassed. Vine, double team, gets it out of there. Alone is Santos, but the ball stolen away again. The Hornets really having a hard time setting up their offense or trying to find that quick opportunity. The shot no good by Bonner.
Yep, there's a travel. Good pressure by King Philip.
And a timeout called first.
Oh, he called the timeout
yes,
first.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Ashley Santos was in trouble. But smartly, Heather McPherson called the timeout from the bench.
That was a smart move.
6:16 left to go in the first half of play. And the King Philip Warriors hold on to that 19-13 lead over the Mansfield Hornets here.
What happened on that pressure there, Mark, is the Mansfield ball handler didn't have anybody to give the ball up to. Her teammates went down court, and no one came back hard to the basketball. The middle is wide open, and Mansfield needs to use it to break this press.
By the way, Alex, January 7th has a bit of history involved for King Philip. 1992 at the Warriors' home gym. Kara O'Neill, the all-time leading scorer at King Philip Regional High, including over Jake Lehman, because I think Kara still had more points. She scored 44 points in a game against Mansfield, and it's also my birthday, but I didn't want to go into that too deeply in depth.
Was yesterday your birthday, Mark?
No, it's today.
It's today. That's right. That's right.
It is Ashley Santos doing a little fake, gets it across court to her sister, and she gets the basket. Kara Santos with the pass from her sister. Sawyer gets it over to Liv LaFond, and
the triple
Hornets,
team here.
And the Hornets managed to, and I think we had a foul called on that, and we did.
Yep. And that was a very similar play as the last one I was talking about. The ball was almost in the exact same spot. It was double teamed, and Mansfield was not coming to the available openings to help out the team.
The foul was on Colleen Crowther. Wager with the shot short. Sawyer with the easy rebound, but Wager knocks it off, and she's got a path to the basket. Doesn't get it. Managed to get past Sawyer, but KP has the ball. Pass into Sawyer, no good. And rebound by Kara Santos, who's really acquitting herself well in this early going. Kayla Vine gets by the defense, gets a pass across to Santos in the corner, no good. That was Ashley Santos on the shot.
That was a very nice look. She was set up nicely for that shot.
Ball goes out of bounds. 5:02 left to go, and it's 19-15, King Philip. And I should wonder if they play Lady of Spain when they do these line changes.
Yep, they just did another one. Still putting the pressure on.
Or if I wanted to ingratiate myself with the fans of the former Hartford Whalers, I'd say they were playing Brass Bonanza for that.
This looks like straight man-to-man right now.
Hornets break that. But a nice response there by KP's Julia Marsden to prevent the open look to Sarah Dooling. So Mansfield will have the ball out.
Again, that's King Philip not giving up on that pressure, and so that's the second wave of pressure.
They really anticipate very well, too. I mean, they, like you said, they're getting into the passing lanes, and they're responding. There's Wager on the baseline, dumped off, and the outside shot by Prentice is no good. Ball goes out of bounds. King Philip ball. 4:38 left to go. KP 19, Mansfield 15. First game in the Hockomock Kelly Rex for both teams this season.
Yep, that was a travel.
In fact, for those of you who are watching us right now from the King Philip towns, Alex and I will be at King Philip on Sunday at 3 o'clock doing the call of the game for North TV on the North TV's Plainville channel. So, and that will be live streamed. So plenty of basketball for us. Here comes Kayla Vine. Takes on Sawyer and doesn't win that battle. Sawyer with the block out of bounds.
Nice anticipation. In that type of situation, oftentimes there's some contact, physical contact, but she managed to stay away from that and still get a piece of that shot.
So Vine will inbound the ball. Gets it to Wager at the top. Wager's going to drive in, soft off the glass. She just hasn't gotten her shot yet.
No.
A lot of good penetrations, but just hasn't gotten the shot ready yet. Now in the corner, Summer Dow seeing her first action of the game so far. Here's Kayla Vine coming in for the Hornets. But Wager with the rebound. She was right there for it. And Abby Wager now has 3 points in the contest as the Hornets pull within 2. And a steal.
The Hornets put
Wager,
the pressure on right
just
there.
Can't control the basketball.
Hornets surprised with some full court pressure, and King Philip succumbed to that surprise.
That ball was tantalizingly out there, and unfortunately Wager, when she realized it was there, she picked up and threw it, and it just went off of Kayla Vine's hands.
But Mansfield didn't come back with the pressure. They let that ball come in easily.
The drive.
She traveled before the contact.
By Mala, yes, is back over to Mansfield. Look at the names on the King Philip roster, and quite a few of them played a lot last year, which was a testament to the way they got people involved. And on the drive by Darlington, and she scores and is fouled in the process.
That was an under control, coast-to-coast move by Darlington. She used the glass very nicely. Ends up with a chance for a three-point play here.
A lot of confusion on these rebounding situations this year as everybody's trying to figure out where to be. There are some changes. The Hockomock League did something other than what the other leagues are doing. As you can see, they've limited to 3 players and the shooter, whereas other leagues are using 4 players on the lane and the shooter. And Darlington finishes the three-point play. So the Hornets now take a 20-19 lead with 3:38 left to go in the first half. Up to Sawyer, and she goes under control pass by Jacqueline Bonner to Emily Sawyer.
Play.
I didn't think Bonner was going to get that pass off, but she did. Here comes Darlington. Darlington smartly gets the ball underneath, but not to. Unfortunately, it was
Barabee.
Barabee
just a good look.
Just had the glass in the wrong place. Here's King Philip up in the forecourt, and timeout. Is it? No, a foul is called.
That's a foul.
Foul is called on the on number 24, and that is Olivia Salisbury. 6-team foul for the Hornets, and here come 5 players for the King Philip Warriors.
Sawyer did some nice things in her last stint at both the offensive and defensive end.
King Philip up 21-20 with 3:07 left to go in the first half. Glazer tried to look for somebody along the baseline. She was looking for Grace Clyde. Ball went out of bounds. Hornets have it.
Keswick was wide open in 2 instances there for a good 3-point look.
Prentice brings it across. Can't get it across the ball, and the ball is stolen by Aaron, and Aaron will go in unmolested. So King Philip rebuilding the lead that they lost briefly, and a foul.
Foul on King Philip.
And that's on Courtney Keswick. That's her first. And I believe, okay, both teams have 6. So the next foul will be 1-on-1 situations for both teams. Salisbury inbounds the ball to Darlington. Darlington gets slapped, and Aaron comes away with it, goes in and scores.
There was a lot of contact there, Mark.
Awful lot. They let him play. Hornets getting the ball up, and there's Kara Santos. Nice pass from Casey Viking.
Nice to see Mansfield sending someone long on that, right down the middle of the court.
2:20 left to go, and it's 25-22, King Philip. Glazer dribbles into traffic, and Darlington comes away with the ball. But the passing harassed, and King Philip has it again. Marsden gets it over to Keswick. Out to Glazer for the three, no good. Rebounded by Clyde underneath, no good. And Ashley Santos comes away with the rebound from Mansfield. Hornets, though, just having a hard time getting the passes up court. And Santos, and that is Kara Santos travels, rather.
She saw her open teammate, and she got excited about getting that ball to the open teammate, and she took the extra step.
Nicole Nunes, formerly Nicole DeSorcy, when she was a Bishop Feehan athlete and a player on the Bishop Feehan basketball team. She gets the 5 players in. And the fake there by LaFond. Hornets come away with it. Wager in the corner to Vine. Swish. Kayla Vine gets her first three-pointer of the game.
It's been a long time since someone's hit a three in this game.
25-25, 1:17 left to go. And Wager goes to the floor, but Crowther manages to maintain possession. In the corner, the three by Mala's no good, and the Hornets have the long rebound. Slapped away, though. Vine having to fight for it. The ball is loose, and it comes up to Crowther. Crowther gets it up.
1-on-3 here. 1-on-3. That's an opportunity right there to wait for your teammates to get into the action.
So King Philip will inbound here with 49.3 seconds left to go. Aaron gets it to Clyde. Back to Aaron. To Marsden, who takes it around. Gets it back out to Aaron, and she is pushed on the way in. And that foul is on Kayla Vine, and that will be her third, I believe. So that's not good for the
and that
segment.
should be one-on-one, right?
It should be one-on-one. And hopefully they will all determine how to get this going, and they do. And one-on-one, you can have rebounders on the lane. So Aaron will go to the line, looking to give King Philip the lead here with 38.5 seconds left to go in the first half of play.
I'd like to see Mansfield send somebody long, pull a defender out of this pressure situation, open up the court a little bit more.
So she gets the second shot, folks. Everybody was running, and yes, that is a one-on-one shooting situation. I think everybody needs a preseason. You know what? Sometimes even the broadcasters do.
Oh yeah, yep. We could certainly have used a chance to call a few things without anybody listening to us.
26-25, King Philip in the lead, and Aaron goes to the line for the second shot, and she does get it.
That's a nice smooth release and nice backspin on that free throw.
Ball slapped out of bounds, 36.8 seconds left as Glazer slaps the ball away from, and I think they're wondering why they're taking it out underneath there. I guess maybe they're thinking it's still the inbounds play from the basket, but I thought that should have gone to the sideline, I thought. Well, I think everybody's getting used to the new rules. Vikings pass is knocked away, but I believe, I think that Caroline Aaron was on the line there, and I think we have a player who might be injured here.
A KP player looks injured.
And that is Grace Clyde. So while we have this little break here, last year The King Philip Warriors, of course, as I said, were 12-9, and they put on a nice little surge at the end of the season to get themselves into the tournament. Their largest victory margin last year was 31 points at Milford. And, yeah, everybody beat up on Milford last year, but I'm not sure that's going to be the case this year. Their closest win was a 2-pointer against Canton, and Canton is a very good basketball team this year. They beat North Attleboro earlier this week, and so they have the twin sisters, the Gallery sisters over there. You just don't know which one has the ball, but they can both score. The largest losing margin was 30 points at Franklin. I remember that game because even though I didn't broadcast it, most of the kids had the flu early in the season, so none of the projected starters for KP played in that game. And of course, Franklin ended up winning the Division I state championship, or sharing it because of the cancellation of the title game. So they were a very good team. Obviously, we'll be seeing them not too long from now. Allie Brigham, the 6'5" center, is starting for George Washington University now, but they still have some very good talent over there, and that will be a tough game for both of the teams that we see here. And the closest loss for King Philip was down the stretch, I believe, which scared people. It was against Attleboro. It was 4 points. But they won 4 of their last 5 to qualify, and I think the momentum is still with them a little bit. And it is 27-25 here.
Yep, 29.5 seconds left in the half.
Clyde made it off the court okay, and Glazer smacks the ball away. 28 seconds left, 27-25 KP. Abby Wager will inbound to Prentice to Wager. She will get it across the timeline. But, again, the harassment of the ball is incredible for KP. They're doing a great job of that. Aaron will stop, look inside. The ball comes back out to Marsden, now to Keswick for the long three. No good. And the rebound is by Barabee. And the Hornets, with 6 seconds left, looking to get something, and they think they do.
Very nice look.
Nice job, and it's converted by Sarah Dooling to finish off the first half. So the Hornets and the King Philip Warriors are tied 27-27 after 16 minutes of basketball. And Alex, I'm thinking that the teams kind of got their sea legs, like I said, as the first half began to go along. KP is obviously used to their substitution patterns. I think Mansfield kind of working in some new people. Talk about that KP press, though, Alex. That was outstanding.
That press was outstanding, and it'll be interesting to see if KP can maintain that kind of intensity, or will they start to get tired. Now, the mass substitutions helps give players a rest, but still, players playing at that level, playing with that intensity, can get tired, and then will that second tier, that second phase of the press be as effective as it was in the first half? Another thing I wanted to comment on, Mark, is that this game is your classic game of runs. One team goes on a run, they push the ball up court, they get a basket, they get another basket, they get a third basket, and then things change. And that smooth style of pushing the ball up court suddenly starts to become a bit sloppy. Indicative, I would say, of this being the first action of the year for both of these teams, the first live action. But you've seen with the score, one team gets a run, goes up by 5 or 6, and the other team comes back and ties it or goes up by 1 or 2, and here we are at halftime with a 27-27 score.
Well, I have the scoring totals, and tonight I got them right. So here we go. For the Hornets, Anna Darlington had 3 points. Ashley Santos had 3. Kara Santos had 4. Kayla Vine had 5. Brooke Barabee had 4. Sarah Dooling leads with 6. And Casey Viking had 2. For the KP Warriors, Courtney Keswick, 3 points on the first basket of the game. Grace Clyde had 4 points. Caroline Aaron topping all scorers with 10. Emily Sawyer with 4 points. And Liv LaFond has 6. And that is where we stand right now, 27-27 here at halftime. And halftime is almost over. And that's the way it is these days. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds between the quarters. and that includes halftime. Since the locker rooms are off limits during the pandemic, they figured the best thing they could do is just try to move the game along and get everything together. And so the kids cluster in front of their coach on both sides of the court, and they're ready to go. And that's one thing we talked about in the podcast was that with the lack of a halftime, we wonder if it was going to be the only thing that really affected the game, obviously, in terms of fatigue maybe or getting more people involved in the game. And if we've noticed so far, I mean, that's King Philip's style, but Heather McPherson in Mansfield is definitely getting more people involved too.
Let's see if KP changes that style in the second half, or if they start to get tired and Mansfield takes advantage.
Darlington finally gets the ball away, and Darlington will take it across after she got it to Prentice. And again, the King Philip Warriors really attacking the ball. It goes out of bounds, though Mansfield will hold on to it. 23 seconds left on the shot clock as we begin the third quarter of play. Ashley Santos will inbound the ball for Mansfield. King Philip really sticking to everybody like glue out there, aren't they? They're really, and I think we did. I was pretty sure we're going to have a 5-second violation.
5 seconds. He probably gave him an extra second.
I think he did. So a turnover, and King Philip will have the ball for the first time in the second half. Emma Glazer. And she's fouled on the way in.
I think she got a lucky break there.
Yeah, I think so. Not much contact, but they called it anyway.
Yeah, but I think she may have traveled right before it.
I thought that too. I thought that was a possibility. The foul is on Allie Prentice. That's her first.
From a KP perspective, I'd like to see if they can knock down a couple of threes here. I think that would be a big thing for them to take control of this game.
Caroline Aaron.
That's a nice spin move.
Gets it over to Glazer for the three, no good. Rebound. Barabee fights for it, but Prentice controls. Hornets have the ball, trying to race up court. Darlington tried to get the it goes out of bounds. I thought that Santos had preserved the possession, but I guess Darlington may have stepped out when she threw that.
I think the ball grabbed a piece of the end line.
All right, so 27-27, and King Philip has the ball. I thought that was a carry, and everybody else in the crowd did.
Yep.
Glazer at the foul line, takes this little jumper, no good. Rebound fought for underneath, and that is Ashley Santos coming away with it for Mansfield. And the Hornets will start a possession. Darlington gets almost triple teamed on the way up, but they get it away. Two alone people underneath, and it worked. Barabee goes to Dooling.
Barabee touched that ball for less than a second. She saw the open player and gave it right up to her.
And there'll be a blocking foul on the side there, I believe. And it is a foul on Julia Marsden, I think, of King Philip. And there is a lot of substitution.
Yep, less than 2 minutes.
And we will have another out-of-bounds thing.
Yep, right along the sideline.
Ashley Santos will inbound the ball. And passes to Darlington, but it goes out of bounds. And King Philip will have it with 6:36 left to go. And a 2-point Hornet lead, 29-27. Jacqueline Bonner gives it off to Colleen Crowther, into Emily Sawyer, and Sawyer can't get the handle on the ball. It goes out of bounds, and Mansfield will have possession.
You can see the KP is right into that pressure right away. Even though they turned the ball over, there was no sign of disappointment. They just made the transition right to defense.
Ashley Santos gets it back to Darlington. A collision underneath, and there's two players down, but they're both getting up. Open is Kara Santos, but she's blocked by Sawyer, and I think that's maybe her third block. The shot from outside, though, the three-pointer by Kayla Vine.
That's her second three of the night, right, Mark?
And the Hornets do increase their lead to 32-27 with 5:59 left to go. And you were correct, Alex. Her last two baskets have been threes. Substitutions right now. Viking comes in. Wager comes in. Barabee and Ashley Santos go out for the Hornets, who will inbound under the basket. Wager gets away from double teaming. They're leaving some people open now, and the Hornets are starting to take advantage of it, as Kara Santos certainly did there on the pass from Wager. So the Hornets now are up 34-27. So the Hornets seem to be getting the upper hand here early on. Emily Sawyer looks, she did not have enough confidence in it, and Kayla Vine comes away with it with the ball. She will not give it up. She goes driving in. She had a good shot, just didn't fall. Wager at the rebound, gets knocked out of bounds, and the ball will stay in Mansfield's hands as Emily Sawyer just couldn't control it, and now King Philip will substitute.
While they're making this change, Mark, I'll mention that Mansfield has done this a couple of times this half against the pressure. They've sent someone long down the middle, and you get something good if you do that.
Anna Darlington will inbound the ball, covered by Caroline Aaron, and she gets it to Kayla Vine at the top. Underneath to Kara Santos with the spin move, no good. Nice shot, though. Keswick with the rebound, gets it up to Glazer, over to the corner, to Marsden for the three long. And Santos has the rebound, and it's a jump ball call. So on the alternating possession, which we haven't seen too many of,
right,
in the first two nights that we've covered games, we haven't seen too many tie-ups. And one of the things they were talking about was to encourage the officials to call quick tie-ups as a means of keeping players from touching each other for too long, I guess. Again, part of the COVID thing.
Right. Yeah, we didn't see too many last night. I can only think of one last night.
Keswick gains control of the ball. Gives it off to Glazer, who dribbles through traffic but still gets it out. Aaron has it now, spins in, and was looking underneath for Spellman. The Hornets have control. Salisbury was trapped, forcing the turnover, and the shot is missed, but the rebound was there. Glazer missed the initial shot, and Aaron cleaned up.
King Philip showed a lot of hustle there following up that shot, not assuming that it was going to be an easy basket for their teammate.
And we have a foul on Julia Marsden. That's her second, the third for King Philip in the half. It is 34-29. Hornets lead. Mansfield leads. 4:36 left to go in the third quarter of play. And the pass attempt was blocked by Spellman. And she gets it to Glazer, who goes cross court on the corner for the three-pointer. No good by Aaron. Mansfield has the rebound. Vine in traffic, heavily covered. Slap, a lot of contact there, right. And there a travel was called.
Boy. There was a lot of contact there.
Well, and letting the kids play, but I thought that there was a lot more contact there to begin with. On Sunday, I'll have to be kind of more happy about the Warriors in that one, I guess.
If I'm correct, Mark, KP has not hit a three yet in this game.
No, you're not.
I think they got to bring the ball to the basket.
Courtney Keswick, remember, first basket of the game was a three-pointer.
Yep, that's right.
Abby Wager fakes, basket no good. Rebound was by Sawyer, but Wager has the ball underneath again. She's got to be a little frustrated. The shots just aren't falling. She's getting the opportunities. This is the first game of the year, and, you know, sometimes that's just what it is. Just got to feel a little bit more comfortable going to the basket.
Yep, and probably trying to get that ball a little higher off the glass, and some of these would drop in, I think.
The Hornets on a 7-2 run, though, in this quarter so far. Bonner will bring the ball up. Tried to get to Sawyer underneath. It wasn't a great pass. Sawyer had to kind of in traffic, could not really control it. We have a tie-up, and on the alternating possession, Mansfield will have it with 3:33 left to go in the third quarter of play.
It's interesting. We're just talking about not seeing that many tie-ups, and now we've seen 2 in the last minute or so.
Barabee gets it up to Ashley Santos. Ashley with the step back, 3 off the rim, no good. Rebound by Dooling, and she's fouled. Basket didn't go, but nice job by Dooling to get in traffic, get that ball up, and she will go to the foul line. Dooling has 8 points in this game so far. 3:22 left. Dooling's first shot is good. Last year, she scored 70 points in 17 games, a 4.1 average. She missed 6 games with a hand injury, but came back strong at the end of the year. Off the rim, she gets her own rebound. I guess the shooter can be an active rebounder, huh, Alex?
Yeah, they should be. And they probably have to set up differently to box out that shooter.
Santos goes in the traffic, but dumps it off. Oh, it would have been a nice basket if it had gone by Allie Prentice, but Sawyer came down with the rebound. King Phillip now has the ball in the forecourt. Long three-point attempt goes off the top of the backboard by Crowther. Mansfield has the ball. Pass underneath to Santos. That's good.
Mansfield's taking control here with some solid play, patient movement of the basketball.
And those were Ashley Santos' first 2 points of the season on the nice look by Olivia Salisbury. 2:39 left to go. The Hornets are up 37-29. And they have the ball, Mansfield does. Inbounded to Ashley Santos. Again, double teamed and slapped away. Aaron has played a heck of a game tonight. She is fouled on the way in by Salisbury. Aaron's been a real spark plug on defense. She's done a great job for them.
And she's done fairly well offensively too, right, Mark? Doesn't she have maybe?
Yeah, she has. She has 12 points
Yeah.
already and can add to it right now. 2:31 left to go in the third quarter, and Caroline Aaron goes to the line for 2. Kind of flat on the first one. Again, everybody is starting out fresh tonight in a way. So once they'll, again, these kids that have played soccer or other sports, they're having to get their legs under them again. And of course, it's been a long haul and a very often interrupted preseason. So I'm sure they're just all happy to be out in the court. Aaron doesn't get a foul shot, unfortunately, but she gets the ball back. Gets underneath to Marsden, who flips it back out to Keswick for the 3, and Keswick does hit the 3. And there's the second 3 of King Phillip's game tonight, and they are both by Courtney Keswick, and a steal. Marsden goes for the long shot, no good. And the rebound is by Dooling. I'm sorry, no, it's Viking. No, it was Dooling, that's right. And Santos with the shot off the glass. Rebounded by Catherine Spellman, and King Phillip travels. Travel by Julia Marsden. Kayla Vine will come back in the game for the Hornets. And Olivia Salisbury will go out. Anna Darlington will inbound the ball for Mansfield. With 1:57 left to go in the third quarter of play. Vine to Dooling underneath. Darlington was there, but the pass wasn't. And the steal was by Spellman. KP. Keswick thought about the long shot. Gives it off to Marsden. Marsden's shot is no good. Rebounded by Spellman. It's loose on the floor. And it's picked up by Mansfield's Darlington. And I think we have a foul here.
Yeah, she got pushed from behind in that action.
I believe that was on Aaron. That will be her second. And I think we have a timeout here as well. So with 1:30 left to go in the third quarter, right now the Hornets have had a good quarter offensively. They have scored, 10 points, I believe. Yes, they have, to 5 by the Warriors. And while the King Philip Warriors are still playing good defense, they're just not converting them into points.
Exactly. They've they forced Mansfield to turn the ball over on at least 3 of the last 4 sequences. And King Philip comes right back down towards the basket, but can't seem to knock in a shot, whether it's a 3 or a penetration attempt, to get them a little closer in this game.
So the next game for the Hornets at home is up in the air a little bit, folks. We're hoping. I don't think there's been any change right now in the postponement situation. The Taunton Tigers were supposed to be here on the 12th, next Tuesday, but those 2 games against Taunton right now have been postponed. So if it stands as that, the next home game for the Hornets, and we'd be here for that, would be against Attleboro on the 19th, and that would be a 6:45 p.m. start, 15 minutes earlier. Not sure why. Loose ball went back and forth over the center line, but the Hornets do control. Viking underneath the Vine. Vine opts to go back to Viking, and Viking was flashing into the basket, and I believe we have a foul. And I think that would be against, we'll see what they put up on the board. That is against Catherine Spellman. That is her first. Oh, I'm sorry. I think that's her second, rather. And Kayla Vine's 3 is no good. King Philip comes away with the rebound. Here comes Aaron. Aaron looks for Glazer. Glazer in the left corner. No good with the 3. Long, and Vine has the ball. Gets double teamed immediately along the sideline, and she is bumped out of bounds. All of a sudden now they're calling him close. And that was by Julia Marsden, the foul. I think that is her 3rd.
King Philip is still doing a great job of forcing the ball to the sideline, but they're starting to get a little overly aggressive now, and they need to just contain the ball on the sideline. And
Vine's going to a line for 1-and-1, and the kids are trying to figure out how to get there for the rebounding situation. So now King Philip has 7 team fouls in the half. So a bit of an advantage for the Hornets now with the 57.4 seconds left to go, and Kayla Vine will go to the foul line. And gets the first. Hornets lead is now 7 points. Good turnaround for the Hornets. Misses the second. Rebound is Keswick's. Keswick gets it to Aaron. Aaron is challenged. Takes the shot, no good. Ashley Santos gets the rebound for Mansfield. Santos goes long, out of bound, knocked by Glazer. So the Hornets will have the ball with 45.2 seconds left. Darlington inbounds to Vine for the 3 from the left corner, no good. Keswick battles for the rebound, but Ashley Santos comes away with it. Oh, almost traveled, but holds on to it. Kayla Vine now over to Darlington. Darlington's going to make the drive in, looks to go back out, but the ball is out of bounds off the hands of Sarah Dooling. 28.8 seconds left to go. 38-31 Mansfield. Glazer has the ball. Keswick for 3. No good. Long. Rebound by Viking. Will go up to Vine. 17 seconds left. She's going to go right into the basket. Kayla Vine makes it 40-31. 10 seconds left to go. Underneath Spellman. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Vine. 3 seconds. Gets it up to Sarah Dooling at the buzzer, no good. But the Hornets have a very good quarter and have taken the lead 40-31 over the King Philip Warriors.
So that was a 13-4 run for that quarter, right, Mark?
I believe so.
Now,
what did they do right, Alex?
Well, they pushed the ball up court, and they found the open man. And King Philip looks like they might be starting to tire a bit on this pressure. You've noticed they're having a little trouble getting back on defense, But Mansfield, you got to give them credit. They're seeing the looks up court, and they're getting the ball up court a lot faster. They're avoiding, for the most part, bringing the ball to the sideline and getting stuck there.
The King Philip Warriors' next home game, of course, is at Mansfield this Sunday. And Alex and I will be there for North Attleboro Community Television, North TV Sports, live streamed for your viewing pleasure. And then on the 14th, they travel to Franklin, a 7 o'clock game. And we will see the Warriors again on January 17th, Sunday, 3 p.m. game against the Franklin Panthers. The Panthers are going to be a tough team this year. There's no question about it, even though they lost Allie Brigham, Olivia Quinn, Aaron Quayle, two outstanding players right off the bat are the leaders. And they've got a lot of kids who played a lot of minutes, even though they did lose quite a few kids from a team that was awarded a co-championship in Division I, much as Foxborough got the championship in Division II last year because the state title games were not played because of the COVID crisis that broke right about that time. So
getting back to this action, Mark, I'd like to see if KP tries to show something a little different here. Being down 9, would it be time to show a different type of press or try something different offensively to see if they can get back into this thing? Even though they're not really out of it at this point, 9 is not insurmountable.
Well, looks like Nicole Nunes will have a slightly taller unit out there to start with Emily Sawyer. Number 30 will be on the floor for the first couple of possessions. Not sure how long she'll go with them, but LaFond is a little bit on the taller side as well. She's out there. 40-31 is the score. 8 more minutes to play in this one. From the James Albertini Memorial Gymnasium, 51st year of operation. You would never know that this place is 51 years old. They've done a wonderful job in refitting it. I feel bad though, because if you look at the pictures here, you'll notice the big overhangs and the doors on the other sides that used to open up, and they had partitions come out, and they haven't used them in years. We used to play floor hockey against those partitions way back when the school first opened. Allie Prentice with the steal. Dumps it off to Abby Wager, and that's a good move and a good decision there.
Right. And she had time to get that ball up off the glass.
And double dribble.
Yep.
By Liv LaFond. 42-31 is the score. Pass up ahead. Barabee is by herself. Just rolls off the rim, though. Rebound by Prentice. Goes back to Cara Santos. Barabee out for the long shot.
Oh, nice save.
Santos, she's been very active tonight. Cara Santos, a freshman. Showing some moves out there, and KP substitutes once again.
At the beginning of that sequence, Mark, Mansfield sent somebody long, and KP was slow getting back.
This is a long court, a lot longer than the court inside the wooden gym at King Philip. Marsden has the ball at the top, guarded by Wager. Keswick for the 3. And I'll tell you, I like the shot that she has. If she can use that more, that'll help King Philip. That's 3 threes for Keswick, and it's a 42-34 game. Salisbury is being harassed. That's called a backcourt violation. So King Philip now applying a little bit more pressure. 6:36 left to go. Emma Glazer will start the offense here. Dished off to Keswick, and she is harassed. A little contact with Santos, but not called. The drive by Aaron, no good. Rebounded by Barabee. Up to Salisbury. Salisbury pulls it back out. Restart the offense. Santos, she's going to drive. Kara Santos, no good, but the rebound is there. Rebound is there for Brooke Barabee, and she converts.
Right, she converted with her left hand, too.
6:02 left. It's a 10-point lead for the Hornets, 44-34. Collision and a tie-up between Salisbury and Glazer, and on the alternating possession, Mansfield has it. Substitution. Sarah Dooling comes in for Santos, Kara Santos. Abby Wager will inbound. KP pressing. Looks like it's a man press. Wager breaks it. And underneath, open. Barabee goes to Sarah Dooling, and Dooling is fouled with the basket.
Again, Barabee did something that she has done twice earlier in the game. She doesn't touch that ball for very long. She sees the open person, and she gets that ball to her teammate without holding on to the ball for a very long period of time.
Great execution on that play, too. Julia Marsden had the fourth foul, fourth foul, and that is the 8th team foul on King Philip. So Sarah Dooling goes to the line to convert the three-point play, and she does. That gives her 12 points in the game. King Philip rushes the ball up. A quick layup by Jacqueline Bonner. And a tie-up again. Bonner's only a sophomore. She's seeing her first action. She's done well in her moments. Good things for Dan Nagel's team, and Nicole Noon's doing a fine job of managing it right now in Dan's absence. She'll be on the sidelines again, I believe, for the game on Sunday. Hornets steal the ball, and now a trap over in the side, but they get it out. Prentice with the long shot, no good. Rebounded, fought for, eventually comes down to Barabee. First slapped over by Dooling, and Barabee converts again. She's got 8 points now in the game. And a foul. And I think that'll be on Dooling, I believe. Let's see. I believe I'm correct.
Barabee's got a soft touch inside.
Yep. That's Dooling's first foul. The Hornets have only committed 3 in this half, which has been helpful in their effort to overcome the early deficit. Jacqueline Bonner at the line for King Philip. Gets the first one on the roll. 5:03 left. It's 49-37, Mansfield in the lead. Quite a few substitutions for the Hornets now. Both teams managing the rosters as we've thought about. That might be the possibility that, I mean, I expect it from King Philip, but it's been a good job of managing it by Mansfield as well. Shot does not fall. Casey Viking has the rebound. Ball is slapped away. Viking comes back with it, and it's a tie-up. She had two players grabbing onto her. Those were Liv LaFond and Bonner, but the tie-up goes to Mansfield on the possession arrow. Kayla Vine in the backcourt. Ooh, tight roping the line there, and then a real walk there on that. It was tough because he was trying to get the pass initially to Ashley Santos, but Sarah Dooling kind of intercepted it, and then as she went into the basket, she couldn't get her feet underneath her at the right time. So there's a three-point attempt by Bonner, no good. Rebound, fought for, and it goes away to Mansfield. Dooling is fouled at the center stripe, so nobody can hear those whistles sometimes. I know as people thought really the action was still going on.
It's difficult to figure out what's going on with those calls.
So the foul is on Elizabeth Malla, and that is her first. With 4:33 left to go in the contest, it's 49-37 Mansfield. And Sarah Dooling will go to the line to add to what's been a very nice total for her tonight. does not get that first shot, but she rebounds it. And a tie-up, but the tie-up will go to King Philip here. So she followed a rebound, but on the tie-up, KP has possession. Here comes Emma Glazer. Gives it off to Caroline Aaron. Courtney Keswick has it now. She's going to go in, gets it back out to Aaron. Aaron will try the drive now, and she scores.
Nice penetration and great ball movement.
Took the ball to Viking, and Viking fouled her, and she did get the basket as well. So that is Casey Viking's first foul. Caroline Aaron now has 14 points, looking for her 15th. Does not convert. Sarah Dooling comes down with the rebound with 3 people around her again. King Philip definitely goes to the ball. Kayla Vine looks for Viking underneath, but it's slapped out of bounds by Marsden, and King Philip and Mansfield will have the ball. 49-39, 4:08 left to go in this contest. You know, you tell football players to go to the ball, but King Philip's doing that here in basketball. Keswick slaps it away, and thus King Philip comes away with it. Here comes Aaron looking across, but Viking steals. But it goes back to Marsden, now to Keswick for the 3. Keswick's 3 high off the top of the backboard, but it's still in play here apparently. And the rebound was by Caroline Aaron, and they're calling a tie-up on it.
Is he calling a tie-up because the ball hit the top of the backboard?
If he is, he's a little slow on the draw, but sometimes, I'm not sure. I go to some gyms sometimes, and they call that, and sometimes they don't. And, of course, at King Philip, we see that guy wire being hit all the time.
Correct, yeah.
So, anyway, Anna Darlington got it into bounds, and now she has the ball back. King Philip is definitely pressing, but she breaks it. Darlington gets it off in the corner to Ashley Santos, who's going to drive in. She's fouled on the way in.
Mansfield has been able to create a number of 3-on-2 situations against this press in the last 5 or 6 minutes of this game.
That's Caroline Aaron's 3rd foul, and the Warriors have put the Hornets into the double bonus. So Ashley Santos at the line gets the first shot. She really took off in the last half of last season and was doing everything out in the court. And I expect that we'll see good things out of Ashley Santos this year. I think she's probably Tommy Farria's favorite ball player. Tommy Farria will be back with us on the broadcast team probably by the Attleboro game. King Philip has the ball out here. The drive by Aaron, no good. Rebound comes down to Vine, and Vine will get the fast break going. Gets it to Dooling. Dooling throws it up high, but the rebound by Barabee. Barabee in the right position to get that. Aaron back in position now. Keswick out top, goes for the foul line jumper and hits the foul line jumper, so she can actually hit a shot that is not 20 feet out. That's good to see. Keswick now with 11 points. And I believe we have a foul here, and it is on Caroline Aaron on the attempt, on the inbound attempt, so that's her 4th. Marsden and Aaron both have 4 for King Philip. Nobody has 4 for the Hornets. Kayla Vine has 3. And everybody else, I believe, has just 1. So the Hornets have done okay on the foul department tonight.
Mark, is Barabee in double figures now?
I believe she is. Let me see. She has 10.
She gets that position under the basket and has a nice soft touch with the putback.
Olivia Salisbury with the first of 2. 54-41. 3 minutes exactly left to go in the game. And the second one's no good, but the rebound by Barabee gets it back to Salisbury. She's going to do a spin move against 2 players. No good. Rebound is saved by Dooling, and the Hornets have it. 20 seconds on the shot clock. They got plenty of time to work something. Santos will drive to the basket. Ashley Santos, no good, but Barrowby with another rebound. Kayla Vine with a 3 attempt, in and out. And now Catherine Spellman comes away with it for King Philip. 2:29 left. And a timeout called by Nicole Nunes on the King Philip sideline. So 2:27 left to go. The Hornets are up 54-41. I'd say that's, even in the era of the three-point basket, I think that might be a pretty good situation for the Hornets right now, Alex.
Well, with a 13-point lead with 2:27 left, Mark, and you're also shooting 2 free throws every time you get fouled, puts you at quite an advantage.
I would definitely think so. I think that just certainly we've seen Keswick heat up a little bit with the outside shot, but haven't seen any indications of any other three-point shooters coming to bear here for the Warriors at this point. So that's something that might kick in a little bit later in the season.
Correct.
Unfortunately, though, Alex, it's a short season, and that's the sad part about all this. Just 10 games, and then maybe 2 or 3 games in a Hockomock Cup tournament.
That puts you in a position of having to develop a lot of these aspects of your game in practice sessions.
Yep. Tough circumstances faced by these kids this school year. You know, they're learning differently, whether it's a hybrid situation or an all-at-home situation. It's definitely it's a challenge, and of course the rules have been changed here and there. Not as many in basketball as there were in other sports, but I know they're all just happy to be out here, and that is.
You can tell that.
Yeah,
you can tell by how hard they're working.
And we're happy to be here. And the shot by Glazer goes in and out. The three-point attempt, rebound fought for. Aaron came away with it, goes back out to Spellman, no good. And again, the rebound comes down to Kayla Vine. With the tall timber around her, Vine walks with the ball as she brought it across court. And with 2:09 left, it's 54-51 Mansfield. KP will substitute 5. Well, they've got the tall kids back in, so we'll see if they can try to do something with that. But I think the Hornet forwards have had a nice night tonight too.
Hornets forwards have played very well.
Dooling and Barrowby have been really good, and Vikings had a couple of nice plays when she's been in. From the three-point land, that's going to go in for Colleen Crowther. Her first points of her career. 1:41 left, and the Hornets are double-teamed in the backcourt. Vine having a hard time getting the ball up, but she'll be fouled, I believe, by LaFond.
Now, she was triple-teamed then.
Yep, and she was fouled by Liv LaFond, and will go to the line for 2 shots. Vine has 11 points in the game. As I said before, she was the Hornets' leading scorer last year. Does not get the roll on the first one. Heather McPherson brings in Dooling, Viking, and Prentice.
Let's see if the shooter is boxed out here, because I think that's something that has been happening inconsistently in both games that we've done this week.
And she does get the second shot, so
it's irrelevant.
King Philip bringing the ball up. Unfortunately, did not go for Emily Sawyer there. A good look by Bonner. A whistle.
Looks like a timeout.
Timeout. It is a timeout. So with 1:21 left, it's an 11-point game. Mansfield Hornets 55, King Philip Warriors 44. Really looking forward to our continuing odyssey, our first and probably our only road game. I mean, well, actually, no, you and I keep forgetting. You and I do the King Philip game, so we'll be over there for 6 games, 3 boys and 3 girls for North TV. 1 o'clock start for the boys on Sunday and a 3 o'clock start for the girls. No visiting fans, so keep that in mind, Mansfield folks, unfortunately. I think a nice little turnout by the Hornets faithful here. I mean, they can't, no visiting fans are allowed in any of the Hockomock League gyms this year, and Foxborough has banned fans altogether, Alex, so.
Yeah, it's a pretty good turnout tonight.
Yep. Hopefully a good turnout on Mansfield Cable Access, though.
Yeah, that would be nice. Be nice to.
And we heard some of your comments, folks. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and you might find out if, in fact, Mike Vaughn is able to get a boys' game scheduled in here somewhere next week. I know he's been trying to fill the gaps with the Taunton postponements. It looks like those may be played at the end of the year. Abby Wager is hit on the way in.
Yeah.
I thought she would have been fouled.
I think she's hurt also.
She's having a little trouble getting up. Yeah, she's having a little bit of trouble there.
She is hurting. I don't know if that's her knee or I think it's her right ankle.
It looked like it was a situation where she it was like a bang on the floor type of thing. So hopefully it is not a muscle pull or something like that. We saw the Hornets play pretty well at the end of the year, as we talked about. As I said, they won 3 of their last 5, and when they got to the 10th, their 10th final championship game of the Mansfield Roundball Classic, which unfortunately won't be played this year, because they upset Bishop Feehan. And remember, Bishop Feehan was a high seed in the Division I tournament last year, but the Hornets beat them 47-44 in a really a defensive struggle in that game last year. And certainly I would say the second half of the season for the Hornets was what they needed, because they were so young and so raw that they were going to take their lumps early, and there were some really good teams.
Now, Mark, was that a Feehan game last year, Mike Redding's final game as head girls
No,
coach?
because they played Natick in the final, and they lost to Natick, so that was his last one.
Okay.
Looks like Gabby's having a little trouble putting some weight on the left ankle, so we have to hope for the best for that.
Because in that game against Feehan, everything that Feehan tried, Mike had an answer for.
Mm-hmm.
And his kids were able to execute.
Well, not too many people have an answer for them this year, though. The Shamrocks have gotten off to a great start. One of their best players is a Mansfield girl, Lydia Mordarski, and outstanding talent, and probably not surprisingly so, is the daughter of former Patriots tight end Christian Fourier, Cameron. She is playing quite well for the Shamrocks. Viking looks inside. Dueling controls, gets it back out to Ashley Santos. Santos takes on Sawyer. Sawyer wins that battle, though. The shot was altered a little bit, and she got the rebound. Aaron for the 2, long 2. No good. Prentice with the rebound for Mansfield. Oh, I thought she walked starting that possession. And they're going to call the foul on Caroline Aaron, and that's going to be 5. That's the night for Caroline Aaron. 14 points for her, though. A very good opening game for the senior.
Yep, she played very well. A lot of nice moves driving to the basket.
5'7" senior guard. She had a career high of 19 last year against North Attleboro. Kayla Vine at the line gets the first. 35.4 seconds left to go, Alex. Good performance by the Hornets once they got confidence in what they were doing.
Right. They fell prey to some of the things that the press tries to get you to do in terms of making mistakes. And then once they get out of that mode, they really started to roll.
Sawyer alone underneath gets it on the pass from Emma Glazer. Emma Glazer steals the ball, goes in, does not get that one. And a foul on the rebounding attempt by Kayla Vine. And that will be Vine's 4th foul with only 14.8 seconds left to go. So they are not in a shooting situation. But Vine will come out of the game, and Anna Darlington will come in. The last 14 seconds of this one, Alex, it's been a joy doing this one as always.
one last comment here with the 14 seconds left, Mark. It's still still a relatively close game. So even though it's not going to change in 14 seconds, King Philip really did a good job, a solid job, and as did Mansfield. Both teams played very well.
The long shot no good with 4 seconds left to go, goes out of bounds. Off Mansfield, it will be King Philip ball. 4.1 seconds left. So I'm sure there'll be things that the KP coaching staff will be wanting to work on, but I think they saw some good things out of them. And that's it. That is the contest. The Mansfield Hornets, strong second half, come back to beat the King Philip Warriors 56-48 here for their first win of the season. Alex, again, I think good things that we're seeing on both sides. King Philip's press caused a lot of problems tonight. Maybe playing on the shorter court will give them a little bit more of an advantage on Sunday.
We'll find out. Yes, the truth is that that press has to work for 32 minutes. And
that's a long time.
Right, and it worked for maybe 24 minutes or so, 26 minutes, and then Mansfield started breaking it with ease, getting numerous 3-on-2 opportunities.
So, folks, once again, I want to thank you all for watching, wherever you're from. Hopefully getting a nice big audience these days. For Alex Salaki and for our camera person, Maureen O'Neill, who's doing a great job, as always. I'm Mark Farinella. I want to thank you for watching, and we will be back with another game here in Mansfield soon. And again, for you Mansfield fans, we'll be live streaming the game at King Philip on North TV. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Good night.